And we are live. So we should now be live in both the Facebook group and on our YouTube. Please comment if you're here watching live. Comment so that I know you can hear me, that we're live, that we're here. Let me know in the comments. And you may have to allow StreamYard permission to see your name. I'll only be able to see your comments and pick you for prize draws we're going to do if your name is visible to me. So, do we have any? Oh, I'm seeing some comments coming in. I hear you. Awesome, great. Welcome, Eric. We have Janie Vu here as well. Stephanie Ganea, welcome. She's one of our speakers who you will be hearing from. So exciting. Rebecca McDonald, hi from PEI, all the way on the East Coast. Amazing. Feeling excited. Me too. A little nervous as well, to be honest. Hi from Vancouver. Awesome. Now we got the West Coast in here. Hi, I'm feeling amazing. Fantastic. Stephanie Ganea is scared of talking and wondering why she signed up. That is a very normal feeling when you go live. Part of the reason that I am holding this event is because I was invited to come on a live spontaneously, and I was so nervous that my legs were shaking like Elvis. Thankfully, people cannot see your legs on a live stream, but I completely understand the fear. It is totally normal. It means that you care about this, and we will get through it together. Janie Vu should mention she's in Alberta. Yes, we're getting all the provinces here. Do we have anyone in the US or anywhere else in the world? Alex Yang, hi Alyssa, woo, nervous and excited. She's another speaker you'll be hearing from tonight. Welcome, Alex. Vancouver, West Coast in Sacramento, California. Yes, there's someone from the US here as well too. Now at least 2 countries. Amazing. Amazing. So we've got some people here already. I am going to start by going over the rules. So the rules for Fear Fight Club. Rule number 1 is you don't talk about Fear Fight Club. Rule number 2 is you don't talk about Fear Fight Club. No, I'm completely joking. Please share this event. We have not got started yet. So if there's someone you know who would love to see people fight their fear, who could use some inspiration, please invite them. We're going to be going for an hour and a half, and we would love to have more people in here. But on to the real rules. I want to say this is going to be a super positive environment. We have brave people who want to tell you about themselves, maybe a business they have, a project they're excited about, or just something that they are passionate about. And some of them I know have never done a live. This is their first time. As we've already seen in the comments, they're terrified. So this is a special moment that you get to cheer some people on through their very first live experience, which is super cool. So please, when they come on, cheer them on, drop emojis, tell them what you love about their pitch, or if there's something they said that resonated with you, please share positive feedback with them. Also, just a little outline of how this is going to go. I am going to finish up my little intro here, and then we are going to bring the speakers on because this is really their time and it is all about them. So I think we have 8 speakers tonight. A couple had to cancel, but each speaker is going to get about 10 minutes. They can take less, but 10 minutes at most to tell you about their thing. And at the end, I would love if you give them feedback. Tell them at least one thing that you really liked about their talk or something they did that you think was amazing and they should do again in the future. And let's just keep it fun and positive. Fear does not have to be a scary thing. It is also exciting and fun, and I cannot wait to help these people face their fear. So I want to start with just some questions to get everyone warmed up and commenting, make sure that your name's there and we can see you. What is a fear that you have? So please put in the comments, what is a fear that you have? I know for our speakers coming live is a fear. It still is scary for me as well. But I'd like to know, what other fears do you have? And I will put them up on the screen and call you out. So let's hear what some of your fears are. Oh, Eric Goldring. I have a huge fear of public speaking. Apparently, he should be coming on this. We're going to have to get him in on the next one. He is my partner. He's an aerospace engineer, quite introverted. We're going to push him to come on this next time, right? Like, give a cheer if you think we should get Eric on next time. Make him face his fear. Let's see some more fears. Post your fears in the comment. I want to hear what else people are afraid of. It can't just be public speaking. Oh, Janie Vu, putting time and effort into a project without knowing whether it will result in anything. I know that feeling, 100%. Oh, someone wants Eric on here. Eric, get on here. Yes, yes. Do we have any other fears people are willing to share? Eric has a lot of fears, apparently, I'm learning. He's also afraid of flying in airplanes, which is pretty funny for an aerospace engineer. Maybe he knows too much. Stephanie Ganea, scared of this. You're going to feel on top of the world after. Don't you worry. And rejection. That's a very common fear, for sure. Heights. Let's get you out rock climbing. Let's get you facing that fear. Maybe that's a future punch fear in the face. Failure. I can relate to almost every one of these fears. I wonder if everyone else can. I think a lot of our fears are shared, very common. Janie Vu, I guess that's why you have a travel van, Eric. For those of you who don't know us well, we are building out a camper van. Now I'm understanding why Eric wanted a van too. Alex Yang, not being able to take care of my family and rejection for sure. Common fears. Amanda, climbing helps with heights. It does. It's very scary, even if you're not afraid of heights, but it's an amazing way to practice building your fear muscle for sure. All right. Let's have one more question before we start. What is a win that you had recently? So for those of you who don't know me, I am the founder of the Win Journal. I'm not going to talk about it too much tonight. We will do some giveaways for it though, but it's essentially a journal that helps you track your daily achievements and focus on the good in your life. So I am all about getting people to focus on wins, and I would like to know, what is a win you had recently? Let's pump this up with some positivity before we dive into the fear fighting. What is a win that you had recently? Drop it in the comments. I love to help people celebrate their wins. Close to landing a job, Catherine. That's amazing. Maybe we'll get to hear more about it. I don't know. That's so fantastic. Great job. Let's see some more wins. My win is honestly running this. Like, as much as I like talking and doing these, I get nervous too. So it's always a huge win to just show up despite your fear. Lisa Landry, being physically active 2 or more times almost daily this week. That is amazing, Lisa. Great job. Eric Goldring, he's still really happy that he sold my car. Thank you. Win of getting new clients this week. That is an amazing win and feels so good, I'm sure. Congratulations. Mel, my puppy finally joined me in Vancouver. Oh, that's amazing. Alex Yang, returning to the office for work, got an office with a view. That's fantastic. Enjoy that view. Makes it so much better, doesn't it? Rebecca McDonald had her burrito bowl. It made her soul really happy. Anything that makes you happy, you should keep doing. Amanda's another speaker we're having soon. Outdoor yoga this evening. That's going to be a fantastic reward for coming on live. I love all these wins. Alex Yang, I love how positive this live session is. Thank you. I really tried to make these as positive and fun as we can. So I appreciate the compliment. All right, let's dive into it. I don't want to take up too much time. Let's get a speaker on. Our first speaker We have Catherine, Catherine M. We have two Catherines today, totally spelled different. But let's bring Catherine on. Are you ready, Catherine? She's ready. She's nodding at me. Okay, let's get her banner up so you know where to find her. Fantastic. Okay, welcome to the live stream, Catherine. We can all hear you now.
Hi, how's it going?
Oh, no, we can't. Maybe.
Oh,
It's going great. How are you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I'm good. Staying positive, that's the big thing. So, yay.
That's important. That
I
is
guess,
the thing, I think. Staying positive.
yeah. I guess I should start introducing myself. Okay, so,
Absolutely. You can start wherever you want. This is your 10 minutes.
okay. So my name's Catherine, and I've been in sports since I was 3 years old, and I'm 28 now, so I guess that's 24 years. And I've been a competitive athlete for all of those. And I was on Elite Team Canada team for 13 of those. And my whole idea is to actually write a book about what I wish my parents and I knew while being in competitive sport or just sport in general. So I'm now retired, not by choice. And there were multiple moments where it's like, wow, if my parents knew this ahead of time, I feel like it would have been a way less headbutting experience of you're slacking off. No, I'm just tired from all the other 6 days that I've been going. So I feel like it's important, especially for those parents that do really want to be involved with their children's physical literacy as well as their mental health, to understand how they can be a best support, as well as being an athlete yourself, how to support yourself and communicate around being a recreational athlete and a competitive athlete, and even transitioning into retirement. So I don't really know if there's a book out there. A lot of my education and my careers have been on the same path or perpendicular to it. And even when coaching for 13 years, I found that a lot of it was playing psychologist. um, so I feel like maybe this would give people more so like that bedside table playbook per se. I am no way skilled at writing at all. I have no idea how to publish a book or self-publish a book, so that would definitely be research. If anyone knows how to do that, I will definitely take tips. But each chapter will either contain both a parent and an athlete perspective, or even just one or the other. And it'd be such as how to understand the sport that your kid's doing. So my parents never did sports competitively. My dad did it in high school, but my parents never did. So they never really understood what was the different levels of training that you can do. So there's like high intensity, low intensity, recovery training. And a lot of the times my parents would be like, why were you sitting down talking for so long? And it's just like, oh God, okay, we're doing this again. How long is this gonna go on? 15-minute drive home, 15 minutes when getting there. So that would be one chapter, like kind of like understand the sport that your kid's in, and then as well as the kid understanding that you have so long to be in sport. I do come from a very interesting background where in gymnastics, your life career is within the time of ages 10 to 16. But the thing is now you can actually see people, especially in alternative sports such as trampolining or soccer, they do it into their mid 40s. So it's very much like give yourself that break, allow yourself to go to your prom. Don't worry about going to a national competition. There's one next year. So that's sort of what it would be focusing on. I don't know if that's anything anyone would be interested in because it is very niche-y. I do see that some people are saying that their kids are into sports, which is really awesome. And definitely all the power to you as a parent of a kid in sport, because I know it can be really anxiety filling. But it's definitely a niche topic, and that's also a little more why I'm nervous. But I figure, why not? Like, maybe I'll help someone. Maybe I'll only help 5 people. It'll help myself. But yeah, that's me.
It's an amazing idea. I'd like to know what sport were you an athlete in?
So I did my main core ones were gymnastics and trampolining. So I started in artistic and then I went to trampolining. I made the transition because gymnastics caused me to not be able to walk for a week due to knee injury.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and trampolining was way less compacting on my body and just as fun. But then I also did rep soccer as well as varsity pole vaulting for track and field.
Wow. That's impressive.
Thank you.
Diversity of sports. You're getting comments too that having a niche is great. And I agree. It makes it a lot easier to target your audience. So I wouldn't worry that there's not going to be people to help. There's so many children and their parents who want to become athletes. And if you were missing out on that information, that tells you all you need to know. There's a market for it, for sure. I'd love to, even in the comments, people are saying there's absolutely an audience for it. Please too, Catherine, reach out to me. I haven't self-published a bunch of books, but I did have to go through that process learning how to make the Wind Journal a reality. And if there's any way I can help you, I am so happy to do that. And I'm sure, and if there's anyone in the audience who can help as well, please drop that in the comments and we'll make sure Catherine gets a hold of you and you can help her as well too. I really want to help. One of my goals for this is to help you guys, the speakers, win. So if there's anyone in the audience who can help someone with their idea, their project, their business, put it in the comments and we'll find a way to connect you guys. You're getting a lot of responses. What a great idea. For sure this will help someone. Wow.
Thank you guys. That's really supportive. And
you also have a question. Did you have Eastern European parents growing up? I did.
No, but that's actually a great comment, and that would be one of the chapters of Don't Coach Behind the Glass. My parents are actually first-generation Canadian, Chinese, Irish, and Scottish, and then French-Canadian settler. So very mixed and very much
No
farm
kidding.
families.
Amazing. Well, you definitely have support. Is there anything else you would like to ask the audience that could help you out?
If there's anything that you particularly yourself feel that would have helped you with sports, or even after a while of not being in sports and wanting to get back into sports, definitely shoot me that thought or question and I can incorporate that in some way, because I want to make sure that I hit as many topics as I can and not just speak from my own point of view, but also throw in some scholarly literature to highlight and emphasize that sports psychology is a thing and it does play into life.
Amazing. You just even got more feedback. That's a great chapter title. I agree. So good. So good. Part of this is also to pump you up and to get you excited about this idea, but I honestly think it's fantastic. If anyone's interested or knows how they can help Catherine, her IG handle is on the screen. Take a screenshot, search her up right now, and get in touch with her. If you know anyone who could benefit from the book, could help, of course, I will message you too to help you. We'll have a talk about publishing. But that is fantastic. If there's anything else you would like to say to the audience, this is your chance. But you did such a great job, and I honestly love your idea. Part of what's so great about this is getting to hear the cool things people want to do or are up to. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah, no problem. And Eric, I miss my climbing gym too. They've been closed, and it's just like, I don't know what to do with myself.
It's hard. Yeah, we're serious climbers and we're going a little stir crazy without it. Well, thank you so much, Catherine.
Thank you.
Everyone, please, in the comments, say one thing that you loved about Catherine's idea, her pitch. Give her some feedback to pump her up that she can go look through. Thank you so much, Catherine, for coming on and being so brave. How are you feeling now that it's done, the main part?
Oh, well, the funny thing is I was pretty calm going into this, and then the adrenaline just started pumping as I was talking and seeing these comments, and now it's like, oh, okay, I gotta go do a lap and like energy.
Amazing. But it's good. It gets you motivated. That's one of the things I love about sharing your ideas, and part of the idea behind this is that when you see people are excited too, it just makes you want to find a way to make it a reality. And I know you're going to do it. So cool. Thank you so much, Catherine.
Thank you.
All right. Wow. Athlete and a book. That sounds so incredible. We next are having Danielle come on. Are you ready, Danielle? I can see you. Just give me a thumbs up or something if you're ready. Yes, she's ready. Awesome. One moment. Okay, let's bring Danielle in. Hello, Danielle. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I actually was not ready, but you know what? We're here to punch fear in the face. So I just threw my thumbs up anyway.
Amazing. I think that's what it's all about. I mean, you don't need to over prepare anything, just face your fear. It's always easier than you think it'll be. So this is your time. Take it away however you would like. I am here.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out Catherine, who is a lovely friend of mine. And I just wanted to say it was an amazing pitch. And I'm so happy that you faced your fears. And here I am doing the same. Hi, everybody. My name is Danielle. And I'm here to face my fears, but also pitch a really cool idea that I've been sitting on for some time and wanted to get some feedback and see if other people thought it would be really interesting, because it's something that I think would be really helpful. So a little bit about me. I took a 7-month sabbatical, is what I like to call it, fun employment, just over a year ago. And that was really a time for me to not work, to sit and reflect. And I actually wanted to just explore all different types of things and interests. And unlike my friend Catherine, I did not do sports growing up. I was not sporty at all, but I did find a love for movement. And I eventually just fell in love with all types of fitness and was actually really getting into the health and wellness space. So I found that to be something that really propelled my life and brought me some really good clarity. And on top of that, I also am just a self-development junkie. So I just love to learn. I love to read books, and I love to read nonfiction in particular. So during that time period, I was just reading, learning, exploring anything that I thought would be interesting to me before landing a job. And one of the things that I really wanted to try at one point was to join a book club, but that never ended up happening. I feel like I usually have one or more books on the go, as I'm constantly just picking up a book and then picking up another idea. And then, everyone's constantly consuming. There's really information overload out there in the world. And so I'm just constantly learning all the time. So one of my game-changing life hacks was listening to podcasts or audiobooks while I'm on the go, while I'm running, while I'm working out, or while I'm even doing house chores. It makes me feel like, I'm really learning at the same time as also being able to do something productive around the house or getting my fitness on. So my idea is to start the Make Many Moves community. And I want to start it with a virtual book club for busy people, basically. So not in the way where we glorify being busy as just like a status symbol, but rather for movers, shakers, and goal-getters. And I hope that it will connect people to think through themes and ideas on their own time and on their own terms, and have them able to talk about different ideas, different podcasts on their commute, and really jump in and think about different ideas in relation to self-development and well-being. So I think one of the interesting things that I want to bring together are just like these micro learning moments. I think because I'm always learning different things and consuming different content and wanting to speak to different people about it, that could be a really interesting thing. And I think a really a way to make it more interesting could be to have like an accountability group where we have everybody saying, you know, I'm going to do one chapter every day and work out for that 1 hour reading this one chapter, and then we can discuss it. I haven't really fleshed out all the details, but I'm thinking about this idea of, you know, having an accountability for the movement as well as the ideas of getting together a group of people to have a virtual book club. So that's kind of where I'm going with this. And it was just an idea that was sparked and inspired by my love for learning and movement. And I just wonder if anybody would be interested, or if this is calling out to them and would be something they'd want to sign up and do together. I think it's such a great idea, especially for the world of social distancing and for someone like myself who is deeply an introvert. So I think that having all of that in one club would be really a fun experience and a passion project of mine. And I'm also, I guess my day job, I'm a data nerd, and I love just collecting information about how many books I've read that month and how many moves I made. I have like a heart rate monitor that I wear, and I kind of track how many exercises or how many workouts I've done. So I really like that aspect of being able to have goals associated with both my learning and my movement. And I wonder if anyone else would feel the same. So I'm getting questions about where to access. It's actually just an idea in my brain. And I just wanted to pitch it and punch my fear in the face so that I actually hurdle myself towards action.
Well, you're getting a ton of responses. Let me actually go up to them. There's so much. People, Janie Vu loves it. Mindy Kim, same, right up her alley.
That's amazing.
Eric, I need an accountability group for reading podcasts. He does a lot of movement too, so he would be perfect even. Like, you're getting a bunch. Love book clubs. How do we access? Possibly, yes. I think there's clearly a demand for it. And I actually think that your day job and being a data nerd like makes you the person to start that. I think you could do really cool stuff with it. And you clearly have an audience. I'm going to put up yours again. So if anyone's interested in this, go follow Danielle. Let's go follow her, because then it'll spur her on to make this a reality. I would definitely be a part. I love reading books, especially nonfiction, and exercising. And it sounds like it's perfect for busy people. I know Eric asked, do you have a book recommendation?
As like in terms of what I'm reading right now?
Anything good you've read recently? Sure.
Well, one that I've heard a lot of people raving about, and I loved, and I read this a long time ago, was Atomic Habits. That was one that I really loved. And I actually recommended recently to one of my friends. It was by Neil Pasricha. I don't know if it was like The Happiness Effect, or he's actually from Toronto, which is where I'm from. I didn't even say that because I realized people are from all over. You're saying people are from all over Canada right now, but I'm based in Toronto. And I think Neil is from there too. But he wrote something about happiness, and that really struck with me. And if you want podcast recommendations, my personal favorite, on Saturdays, I listen to Lewis Howe's The School of Greatness. It's every Saturday I do my core chores while I listen to Lewis Howe's, and it's been life-changing. So I know that this idea has been life-changing for me personally, and I just want to share it with others and, you know, build some community around that.
Amazing. Yeah, you're having people too. I'm frustrated waiting through all the available podcasts. I would love insight from other people about what's worth trying. So that's even something you could integrate. Like, what's the stuff worth getting into? And then you could study it together. I don't know, just spitballing ideas here. But you definitely have people interested. I'm interested. Janie's interested. Eric's interested. Mindy's interested. We have a bunch. So please, if you are interested, go follow Danielle. Let's spur her to take action on this. I'm so proud that you fought your fear and came on and talked about this idea. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It feels like it's just you and me, but there are other people here too, so that's cool.
Yeah, it's a little weird. The last one I did by myself, and that's extremely strange because you're just shouting at your computer, but there are other people with you.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to ask the audience before you take off?
I think there were some really good comments in terms of feedback, since this is still in ideation. Like I was just researching and thinking through, you know, what people like about book clubs, what they don't like, and trying to find a good path forward. So I was thinking of putting together a survey that I might want to put out to the group just to see how I could make this happen in a way that would benefit the audience. And so I don't have anything yet, but if you do follow me, I will post a survey or just any next steps, because now I'm hurtling towards action and making it happen, right?
Yes. Fantastic. And you have another person now. Alex Yang is also so interested. So I am
Awesome.
so excited to see what you do with this. Please, commenters, tell Danielle what you loved about her pitch, her idea, any feedback or ideas you have in the comments. And thank you for coming on.
Thanks for
really
having me.
appreciate it. Yes, thank you so much, Danielle. So next up, we are going to have Amanda Matfin talking about her company. I'm just going to pull up her details. Are you ready, Amanda? She's ready. Okay, let's bring Amanda in. Hello, Amanda. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I get very excited during these and feed off everyone's energy. So the more people comment, the even happier I am.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. I won't lie. I kind of like lost the live virginity, so to speak, like 2 weeks ago. But I was so nervous during that one. And it was even one that we recorded and then it was posted later. But even still, I was like, so like still a little jittery. And to speak to Catherine, like her comment, it's like as soon as you get on, you're like right now I can already feel I'm like getting more nervous now that it's me, but we're good.
It's normal. And your last live was great.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, so I guess to introduce myself to those of you who don't know me, first I'll say I'm in Vancouver. It's only 5 p.m. It's actually turning out to be a beautiful day, so I'm happy about that. It's been raining a lot. Yeah, so my name's Amanda. I own a small business called Green Interiors. It's a green infrastructure design company. So I do living walls, green roofs, preserved moss walls are a huge, fantastic product that people love because they require no maintenance. So yeah, so that's a lot about kind of like the gist of what I do, I guess. I didn't really prepare anything to talk about. I wanted to kind of just go with the flow. So yeah, if people have questions about that as we're chatting, ask away because I don't know, everyone has a million questions about them. But yeah, even just listening to the first two speakers, one thing I would like just love to say, key piece of advice that stuck with me when I was just thinking of launching my company but was horrified. When I was studying business, a professor of mine said the sooner you talk about it and tell the world about it, the sooner it's your idea and then nobody can take it from you. So,
yeah.
and like, cause I was horrified to talk about it, more so because I was like, someone is gonna take it from me. And she was the one who was like, well, the sooner you talk about it, the sooner you kind of claim your territory. So that stuck with me and like began to boost my confidence to talk about it. I
have a question from Eric. Can we get any plants in our van? Pothos, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, pothos, you can stick those babies anywhere, right? So definitely, I mean, for you guys in the van, I would hang something like edible somewhere. Like, what's the herb that you eat the most? Hang it in the front window, and then just always, you know, whatever it might be. Make sure it gets lots of sunlight, though.
Yeah, I'm hoping it will get enough just by when we have the door open, enjoying the view.
Yeah, totally. Especially if you set up shop for a few days and stuff, it'll be good. But I would do something more functional for when you guys get van life going and stuff, and then you could eat and garnish some cocktails with it, maybe.
Could we start a green roof on the van, the top of the van?
Yeah. So there's actually, I get really excited when I talk about this. There's actually more so throughout Europe and Asia, but there's actually some projects going on to see if there's a benefit to putting green roofs on top of public transportation. So There's a few buses. And the thing is, too, it's also great marketing to expose because you can't see a green roof, but they offer so many amazing benefits. So you can actually do that if you wanted to, and then, I don't know. But you've got your solar panels up there, so you don't really want to
I know. Wishful thinking.
And then they operate more efficiently, so.
What are the benefits of green roofs and living walls for people?
So living walls, so a lot of the reason that I got started my company was I worked in mental health for quite a while. I worked in at Joseph Brant Hospital in Burlington, and just really recognized the clinical spaces that are our hospitals, and when sick people are exposed to them for a long time, how that actually deteriorates their well-being versus improves it. And understanding the benefit to having plants indoors. They improve, not only like air quality and all that, we're all aware of that, but they reduce your stress, reduce anxiety. There's a lot of great benefits like that to being exposed to plants, especially when you put a high volume of them in one space. So that's primarily the living wall benefit. Green roofs are more, the return on investment in a green roof is, you save on air conditioning and heating costs. So 25% minimum is what you're going to save there because it's like a blanket on top of the building, right? As well as stormwater management, which is a huge component here on the West Coast, right? So because the water is actually absorbed into the soil and everything like that, instead of being shed onto the streets where it then floods, it's, as everyone knows, it just becomes a hot mess really quickly. So a lot of great benefits. Toronto actually has a bylaw in place where any new build over 2,000 square meters has to have a mandatory green roof. So, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the environmental benefits are kind of where it's at there. And they help cool the cities. Urban heat island effect. So yeah, I've heard out about this so much.
Well, people love your knowledge and passion. Like Alex Yang is saying, I love your knowledge of this and your passion. Like it really shines through.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Yeah, urban heat island effect is the effect that our cities are a few degrees warmer because of, the concrete and the steel and materials that hold heat. So by introducing green roofs, it actually helps to mitigate that and keep the cities a little bit cooler. Yeah, a lot of amazing benefits. And you can create experiential spaces with them. So instead of, if you have access to the roof and, you work in an office, you could go out and eat your lunch, take a break there, right? So you get like a break from the indoors if you don't have a living wall in your office. Yeah, a lot of amazing benefits. So it's mostly why I do it.
Stephanie is saying seniors' homes and hospitals need plants. I could see the benefit of that big time.
Yeah. Could not agree more. Especially, so I'm actually just working on a project in Vancouver right now with a retirement facility here. And like this client is amazing. They're all about the well-being of their residents. Like I couldn't ask for a client, but it's also about, even creating the ability to get them involved in like the living wall. So like maybe on the maintenance side, like I think of like when my grandparents are going to have to go into a facility, like my granddad has always had these massive gardens. I'm like, what is he going to do? But you can create some sort of ability where they can interact with it, like and be more hands-on and stuff. Like there's so many benefits to that as well, especially moving into a space that, we're not naive to the fact that nobody really ever wants to go into a retirement facility.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hospitals are huge too. The studies have been done. They improve healing time, things like that, post-surgery. Yeah.
Whoa.
I know. It's wild to me that the whole world is not just covered in plants, like in our cities. But that's why I'm trying to do it. But yeah.
I mean, I get it though. It's so therapeutic. Like I have a problem not buying houseplants. Eric makes fun of me.
That's like my number one problem. No matter where I go, like anywhere, I'm coming home with a houseplant. There's not, you can't see any. They're all like tucked in this corner back here right now.
You need a green wall behind you.
I know.
Get you on more live streams. Get a green wall for you.
I know. I usually do like any filming or anything in the sunroom, but the sun is beating directly in there right now, and it's like 1,000 degrees, so I couldn't sit in there. but it's a great space to put a green wall. It would help cool it down a bit. So yeah.
We have a good question for you.
Yeah.
Jason Blake wants to know, how can we start? What's a good first move to be greener in our homes and office? I'm excited to hear this.
Like first step, just buy a plant. Like simple as that. Next time you can buy plants everywhere, like Home Depot, like everywhere. Canadian Tire. I always come home. Canadian Tire has this little like dying plant section always, and it's like plants that are on the way out. But everyone that I've got has come back to health. Simplest thing, first of all, just buy a plant, put it on your desk, bring it in your home. Put in your home, I would say, oh my God, it's totally escaped me right now. Beside your bed, best for air quality. I've got one beside my bed. Now I can't even think of what it's called.
It's a nice thing to wake up to too, I would think.
Absolutely, yeah. Because, well, I don't know if you can hear, but there's a bunch of traffic. I live right downtown. It's just, I'm surrounded by the concrete jungle. So I liked the first thing that I want to see when I wake up are more soft, natural surfaces, not looking out my window to see, buildings and stuff. So it definitely is very therapeutic. And the actual act of like working with the plants and taking care of them, it's great for kids, especially
100%.
Right. If you get, there's some really great at home, like DIY living wall products, like Wally Grow. That's what I'll tell everyone right now. Fabulous product to just even just put a couple herbs in it, hang one indoors or outdoors, and so great to teach kids like how to grow your food, where it comes from, why it matters, where it comes from. So offices, depends on what your desk is looking like, but I, again, just buy a plant, put it there. If you are limited on desk space, there's a lot of great solutions for like really small, compact living walls that you might be able to add in your office.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's amazing products. If anyone has questions, you can go to the website or email me. I'm happy to, refer you to any products or anything. I'm not trying to sell you anything, just trying to make your life a little bit better.
Amazing. And if someone's new to plants, what are some of the easiest plants for them to take care of and feel like they're winning, not neglecting plants and having that poor experience?
Okay, yeah, I'm glad that you said that because a lot of people are like, I don't have a green thumb, I can't take care of plants. Get anything that's a tropical and like a pothos, like you said, easy peasy. Tropicals are the easiest way to go. They all come up from Florida. They've been kind of nurtured in a sense where they're okay with the shock to come to a new climate. And that's most of what's available in our greenhouses and everything up here anyways. But if you get a tropical, it's easier. I know it sounds intimidating, like, oh, but tropicals aren't from here. But you could let the soil completely dry out and it would be okay. Pothos #1, just always get pothos.
Yeah.
They're the easiest, and they're so, when they get vining and they really grow or they're big and lush, it's, yeah.
Yeah, for me, snake plants and pothos have been the ones that I've never killed.
You cannot, I don't think you can kill a snake plant. I don't think it's possible. There's one over here and I purposely just stopped watering it because I want to see how far it goes. I think it's been 5 or 6 months now that I haven't watered it. So snake plant 100%, and they're fantastic to help clear the air as well.
Absolutely. You've inspired someone. Jason Blake his office desk is getting its first plant tomorrow because of you. Amazing.
Jason, that's so
Thanks
exciting.
for coming on. I'm so excited to have you and have you fight your fear. Your second time going live still counts.
Second time, still fearful, but as you get talking, it kind of it gets a little bit easier.
Absolutely. Is there anything you want to ask the audience as you're leaving?
I guess all I want to ask is if you have any questions, just reach out to me. Go to the website. I obviously get all the emails because, so yeah, if you have any questions or anything or any way that you're looking to improve your life via plants, reach out. That's all. That's it.
Amazing. Yeah. Thank you so much, Amanda.
Fun. Bye.
If you have any feedback for Amanda, something you love that she did or talked about, again, reach out to her, but please put in the comments something you loved about her talk. Thank you so much, Amanda, for coming live and facing your fear. Next, we are going to have our second Catherine. Are you ready, Catherine? She is ready. Let's bring her on in. Hello, Catherine.
Hey, how's it
Welcome.
going? Thanks.
Great.
Thanks for having me.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I didn't go for my jog today, but anyways, that usually gets me all ready for these kind of things. But yeah, I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Great. I actually wanted to go for a run too to get rid of some of the anxiety, but it is so hot here. I don't know if that would have helped. I might have just passed out.
I know.
So Catherine has a project that I'm super excited for her to share. One that I have been a part of actually in the past. So take it away, Catherine.
Yeah, thanks. So I'm from Cambridge, Ontario, and Amanda, it's great to see you. I have to say, just comment on Amanda, is that, yeah, when you talked about the plants, since I've been working from home, I finally have my flower boxes up on my balcony and I can see them right in front of me. And it makes a huge difference. But that's actually a great segue too, because Live Wild Radio is a podcast and it's a passion project. And so I'm producer of it. I'm co-host. I wanted to talk about that today because the whole process was entrenched in fear. So, and I want to share that with you guys. So I thought it was quite enlightening for me, and I thought it'd be pretty cool. So this is a bit of my own PSA for y'all. So just a bit about the podcast for perspective. So we're all about the outdoors, adventure. For us, we feel that the outdoors is really just a metaphor for life. It's full of challenge and growth. And my partner and I, Winston, we just love challenging ourselves and the opportunities to do so. So with our podcast, we like to inspire people. I love interviewing others. Honestly, I just want to hang and talk to cool people, and it gives us the excuse to. We've interviewed Cody Bradford. He's a rock climber guide in Red Rocks, and it just gives you that excuse to go talk to cool people and ask questions and hang out. So, but anybody that's passionate about what they're doing, it doesn't have to be the outdoors. It could just be an adventure. It could be road tripping. And this is how we spoke to Alyssa and Eric about van life. And of course, Faces of Mental Health. That was a great episode. And then we also, just whatever people are passionate about, and so we seek to fund those speakers. We seek to inform people, if you're into the outdoors, about backpacking, rock climbing, wilderness survival is our next thing. I even did one just recently on backpacking with kids, because I've got a 6 or 7, 8-year-old, and we want to entertain people. So that's just the background. But so the way the story all went was, I was actually really fearful about launching this, and because I was pretty hung up on what my professional network would think of this. I have a bit of a sense of humor, something I have to keep, quiet and to myself sometimes. And sometimes it comes out on air and I have to edit a whole bunch out. Or my partner's Winston, But anyways, the point is that honestly, I think I was a bit hung up on the 90s corporate, environment of your brand, I'm 45 years old, so I come from a bit of that time. And the point is that I think I cared too much about what other people thought. And so just to help you understand why I had to do this was, let me go back a little bit. When I was a kid, I was always into the outdoors, Indiana Jones, you've seen the movies. My parents are Portuguese and first generation Canadian. We traveled a lot. My dad was in the war. He used to tell me his stories about being in the war in Angola. So I was always fascinated about other cultures. And honestly, I think that I never would have, I'm surprised I live in Canada. I thought I would have been in South America or in Europe and just exploring. And I thought I would have gone into diplomacy, actually. Anyways, life happened. I didn't do that. It was either diplomacy or international humanitarian work. But life happened. I went to school, fell in love, got a house, got a career. All those societal norms came into play. And I kind of gave up, that dream, because that wasn't a part of my life. But we still traveled. That was the deal breaker. That was going to be a deal breaker if it didn't happen. So we still traveled. But, sometimes life doesn't go as expected. And that marriage fell apart. It was about 20 years of a relationship, and I had children, and we co-parent. It's very amicable. So I'm thankful for that. But, after 20 years of living a dream or a life that's different, you're having to rebuild your own. It puts you in a situation that you have nothing but forward to go. So back to Amanda's comment about the outdoors or nature, for me, I found myself drawn back to nature, and it was very therapeutic for me. I didn't know why. So I did that, and then eventually, with that going on, my work was being completely reorganized. There was a lot of instability in my life. It was really tough. And then I met my partner. He's crazy. Winston. He's a lifelong adventurer. He's that crazy dude in spandex in the 80s, rock climbing. He used to live in a forest for like 9 months just to hang out and be a dirtbag, rock climbing, doing that kind of thing. He's been on mountains. He should have been dead many, many times. So I'm pretty lucky because I always wanted to go rock climbing and I never thought I'd do it. And I do now. And I'm so spoiled because I went to Red Rocks after just less than a year of rock climbing, did a multi-pitch with him. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways.
That's a huge win.
It is.
Huge win.
So yeah, I'm living a good life. But so, Live Wild Radio. So we were doing all these fun things. And then I wanted to change. I was in economic development for like 20 something odd years doing different things. Like, that's not a millennial thing to do, is it? Anyways, I do regret not having moved around because I do like to grow. And so my point is that fear of stepping out of my shell and letting people see the dirtbag Catherine come out, because it would be out there, was a little bit frightening. But I just wanted to say that I said, fuck it, doing it. And, I edited things pretty heavily. But, I knew I wanted to change in my career. I didn't know what it was going to be. I wasn't looking to do this to replace my job. It was just a passion thing. And I figured, you know what? If I just start to build a network, almost like a tribe of just really cool people, because for me, that's all it is. Maybe somewhere there'll be a connection that'll lead me towards that next step. And in this process that I learned is that I love creativity. I love the getting together with somebody else, taking their story, right? It's an honor, really. And sharing it with others. It's a really creative collaboration for them to come back and feel good about sounding how they sound on a podcast. We always like them to listen to it, is like the best. So that's my thing. I like content creation. And that's what I've learned about myself. So I would love to position myself for that kind of role. I don't know if anybody knows REI's Wild Ideas podcast.
Ooh, I haven't heard of that.
Oh, I pop it in all the time. If you want to feel good and hear about other people's wild ideas, it's around adventure a little bit too.
Cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So I just love that. So I wanted to share that with you because that really hung over my head. And I do feel things that you're fearful of are probably the things that are, it's almost like if you don't overcome them, you'll regret it when you're on your deathbed.
Oh, okay?
So I'm just saying that I am so glad that I decided to walk through that fire because it felt like that to me. I that's one of my downfalls. I care too much about what other people think. So I wanted to share that because I thought that was pretty important. And I've learned a lot along the way, and I'm still learning. And we're still trying to eventually monetize the podcast. And quite honestly, with COVID, we were doing really well with downloads. We were going 20% a month, and now we're going completely the other way. So it kind of makes you wonder why you're doing it. But at the end of the day, I love the creativity of it. I try not to get too hung up on all the work because there's a lot of work. I'm trying to simplify and just focus on the beauty of the content. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys.
Amazing. We have a question for you, Catherine. Jason Blake wants to know, Catherine, how did you overcome the fear of what other people think? I want to know this too. I struggle with this all the time.
Yeah. You know what? It's I'm still struggling with that. But it comes down to living by your own code. Okay. So what is it that you value in life? Because you have to know, and it's true that if you care, and I used to be like this, if you let your mood sway based on how people give you affirmation, then on days that you don't get that, then you feel like shit. So you can't let that happen. You have to feel good about yourself. So even if people compliment you, you're like, okay, that's great, but how do you feel about you? So I feel like if you've met your values, so it takes a bit of soul searching to figure out what that is. But if you do that and you live by your standards, then you should feel good with that. So It's not easy. It's but I will say that where there was some uncertainty in my work environment, the best thing I did was just fuel my own passion. Despite how much I thought it could have been a hindrance, it actually, because of all the confidence and the energy and enthusiasm, people saw it. They loved it. I even took those skills I learned in social media and applied it to work because they were doing more of that, outreach with LinkedIn, et cetera, and videos. And they saw me as being more of a go-to for that. It was incredible at how much it helped me.
So I think you're right. I think there's something very important that you need to not listen to the feedback, both negative and positive. Because if that's what you're relying on, you're always going to get pulled around by just the mood of the day. I think that's huge and hard, always in progress.
Yeah. So you just got to get out of your own fucking way.
Absolutely. You also have someone who has a podcast that wants to collaborate with you. I'm trying to find it now. Dean Douglas. Really? So look this guy up, or he'll look you up. I don't know. You guys need to connect. Doing a dual podcast, record for yours and share on mine as well. So you have that, and you have people who are interested in checking out the podcast because they love your style. So that's a big compliment.
Yeah, well, you should meet my partner in crime. He's pretty fun.
He's a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun. When you say he's been living in a forest for 9 months, it's such a perfect description for him. Like, it's not even a surprise once you meet him. Listen to the podcast to hear what we're talking about. It shines through in every episode. Yeah. Definitely check out Live Wild Radio's podcast.
Thanks so much. And it was cool to share that with you guys. Happy. And Doug, reach out to me. We'll connect. And if anybody has anybody they know that's super passionate about what they're doing, I'd love to hear from them.
Amazing. Right. Yeah. So do you want to help me with something actually before you leave?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I just realized we're almost an hour in, which is, first of all, blowing my mind. It's flying by to me. But I want to do a giveaway right now. So to reward people for being here with us an hour in, we're going to give away the Win Journal. We'll give away 2. So you can share one with a friend. Catherine is going to help me pick the winner. You're going to have to comment to get picked. Do you have a question you want to ask the audience?
Oh, me?
So we can get responses. Yeah, sure. If you have one.
All right. Okay. This is hard. Question for the audience. What are you most passionate about?
That's a good one. So let's hear. Comment what you're most passionate about. You'll have a chance to win the Win Journal for you and a friend. You just have to comment on what you're most passionate about, and we will shout you out and then pick a winner.
Keep it clean.
So let's see. What are you guys passionate about? Everyone has a passion, at least one. I know it. Let's see what your passions are. Rock climbing. Eric is passionate about rock climbing. We know that. Mindy Kim, passionate about productivity and mental health.
That's awesome.
It's a cool one.
Yeah, it's important.
Janie Boo, doing all the things. I feel like this is the opposite of a response. Janie is a very busy person. I want to get her on this one day. She has multiple ventures that I think people would love.
I've just started mindfulness.
Mindfulness is big.
It's really good.
Another one, Mel, painting. There's a lot of responses coming in right now. Can you see them as well?
I can. Yes.
Okay, great. Plants. Rachel, plants and climbing up here are up there. So I'm in good company. We have a bunch of climbers. This is cool. I don't even know this climber. Where are you based? I want to climb there when we get there in the van eventually. Guitar playing. There's some cool passions.
Nice.
Making authentic connections and community.
I think we need to have a party.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
We need to find a way to have a party like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Building a tribe through connecting with people. There's a bunch. You can look through, pick your favorite, or just pick someone at random. Who is going to get the Win Journal for them and a friend?
Dean, because I connect with that. Yeah.
Dean Douglas. Message me, check out our website, tell me what you want. If not, I'm going to hunt you down and make sure you get those journals. You are our winner, Dean. Thank you so much, Catherine, for picking one. That was fun.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for sharing about Live Wild Radio. For anyone who listens to podcasts, check out Live Wild Radio. I've been on 2 times, and Eric, and it's fantastic. It's about so much more than adventure. And I do agree with you that adventure is really just a metaphor for life and a way to practice facing your fears and so many other skills. So thank you, Catherine.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. Take care. Bye, guys.
Take care. Bye, Catherine. Put in the comments something you loved about Catherine's talk. And check out Live Wild Radio. It's amazing. We've been on some episodes. I wish I remember the numbers. But for me, good place to start. We did an episode on mental health that was amazing. So if mental health is one of the things that you are passionate about, I know Mindy at least is, go check that episode out. It's a great place to start. So who do we have next? I think the person we have next is not even here yet. Do we have Stephanie? Do we have Stephanie? Stephanie, are you ready? If not, I'm going to move to the next person and we'll have you after. Let me know. Oh, this is very sweet. I'm just going to put this up for Catherine. So genuine. Loved how humble she is about her whole experience and openness to change and facing fears. That's one thing I really appreciate about Catherine. She's always very vulnerable and tells it as it is, which sometimes makes me laugh a ton, things I cannot say live, but she is fantastic. I absolutely agree. Catherine has great positivity. We are missing you, Catherine. So great to have you here. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to move along now to Sarah. Sarah, are you ready? Can you hear me? Are you good to go? Sarah is ready. Give me one moment to pull up your name for the screen so people can find you. Great. Welcome, Sarah. Hello, how are you doing? I cannot hear you
because
yet.
I've just got like a circle spinning.
I can hear you now. So you seem to.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Fantastic.
Awesome. Okay, great. Well,
Oh no, did we lose Sarah? Let's see.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Sarah. Okay, we
sorry,
got
I
you.
haven't had the greatest internet reception, so I'm like doing my best here to follow along.
It's okay. I find it's hard now with everyone being home more. Our internet's not as good either. It's a struggle. We'll still do our best, and you're here facing your fear.
Yeah,
that's the
I've
thing
gotten
that's
the
most
gist of
important.
everything. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I just want to confirm one last time you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. I think we can all hear you.
Okay, good. Awesome. Okay. Well, hi, everyone. Sorry about the tech issues. I've been in and out of internet access, so thanks for sticking along. But my name is Sarah Amundsen, and I am a social worker who's really kind of transitioning into holistic wellness. My background is in pretty formal social work, so individual and group therapy, working in communities for a lot of marginalized populations, specifically people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And I've really loved my career, but the last few years kind of in experiencing a lot of secondary trauma in the work that I've done have transitioned into like more solutions focused and goal oriented work. So just a few months ago, I launched my coaching business, and this is also my second time going live now, so I apologize if I'm taking advantage of the opportunity, but yeah, so I'm here to talk about that. So my coaching business is fresh, but basically I work with women in their like 20s to 40s who are struggling with feeling kind of purposeful and passionate about the world. My dog's making an entrance. One of the things that I think has resonated the most with me is feeling like I was socialized to really have and hold a certain identity in the world as a woman. And I have been working with women to help them kind of fulfill the purpose and passion that's deep within them that maybe they've been or the community has repressed a little bit because it's not consistent with what we think women should be traditionally doing. So anyways, so my coaching business is all about what's your purpose in life, what barriers are preventing you from living the life that you want to live, and how can we smash through those barriers to get you there. And
Amazing.
for the first time, I am launching a course. And so I'm really nervous about it, but really excited that at the end of this month, I'm launching a 3-module course around kind of anxiety with COVID and everything going on in the world right now. I've had a lot more anxiety. And so the course is intended to be kind of like a place to start with navigating anxiety right now. So we look at the physical health and the impacts that has on anxiety. And then we talk about mindset and self-talk and our mantras. And then we talk about coping strategies and tools. And in the course, they offer a 4-week plan that's really, really sustainable to building in healthy and adaptive tools to reducing anxiety. So that's what I'm up to. And outside of that, I also host the I'm Alive Because podcast with a nonprofit out of Chicago that actually, Alyssa, I'm probably going to interview you for. So really excited about that. And yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity to just test my live skills, even with a not so great internet connection.
Of course. I'm so proud that you came on despite that.
Yeah.
That's a huge win. Just showing up despite the barriers, despite whatever goes wrong, despite how you feel and how nervous you are. Like that's the ultimate win. Whatever happens during it is just the bonus.
Yeah, that's been a really important thing for me. And in my coaching journey is like, I have to be really authentic and vulnerable about my experience with health and wellness and the things that I do every day to create wellness, because I can't ask other people to do things that I'm not willing to do. And so I try to be really collaborative in my work. So yeah, I guess this is just another like authentic moment, right? Like it's messy, but we show up and we do it anyways.
So we have a question for you from Mindy. What platform are you going to use for this course? Or is there a way that we can take it offline? So people are interested in your course.
Yeah. Good question. The course is going to be online through Thinkific. I think that's how you say that. But I'm definitely open to sending all of the information to people via email if they want to take it. It's self-led, but if they want to take it offline, because it's like the presentation with video. So there's no reason why I couldn't just email that to you, right?
Yeah. I don't know if they're opposed to offline, but I think they just want to know how they can find it, because it's definitely resonating with people. And I saw people saying too, like, everyone's having anxiety now, like more so than ever.
So much anxiety. Yeah, I've been having so much anxiety, and I've really been having to like check my cognitive distortions and if I'm processing it in an adaptive way versus a maladaptive way. So so if you want to access that, it's not launching until the end of the month, but if you follow me on Instagram, I will be talking a lot about how to access that. So it'll be launched in a few weeks, and there will be like a early bird option for people who are on my email list. So on my Instagram, link currently is a link to a free 10-day mindfulness challenge that I'm starting tomorrow. So if anybody's interested in mindfulness, I've got an ebook in my link that gives you 10 mindful prompts and then journaling space to kind of identify your feelings about it. But so download that and do that with me. That'd be so fun. But also that would get you on my email list, and then you would get the information sent about the early bird special for my very first course, which is super exciting and very, very nerve-wracking.
That's amazing. When did you come up with the idea for the course?
Well, I came up with the idea because I'm actually putting together a group coaching option that will launch in the fall. That's kind of a Kickstarter to holistic wellness and features the 8 wellness domains. But it doesn't seem helpful for me to wait till the fall to really serve more people than what I'm doing in my one-on-one work. So I was like, okay, what are people struggling with the most right now? Obviously anxiety. And so how can I offer them quick wins so they can start applying right away, that they don't need, that I feel ethically okay about them not having a clinician to walk them through, right?
Yeah, that's always a tough one.
Yeah, so that was it. That was like, it's obviously a course and these are the things. And so I'm really excited and really hopeful that, for people who maybe have never gotten support for anxiety before, maybe who have never experienced it the way that they are right now, that this could be a great option for them.
For sure. So Eric wants to know, what's your Instagram handle so people can find you easily?
Yeah, it's Sarah's Wellness Way, and it's Sarah, S-A-R-A. Oh yeah,
Is this it? I have it right? Perfect.
Yeah.
I was just pulling it from memory because we're kind of new online friends.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I got it right.
You did. You didn't put the H in there. Good work.
Thank you. I think we had another question as well, actually. Someone said, knowing the way certain health occupations don't have coverage for mental health and holistic well-being, are you offering it in an affordable way for those individuals? It's a good question.
Yeah, so I actually at the start of COVID cut all of my pricing in half for my one-on-one coaching clients. So my services currently are really, really affordable. And that was literally for the purposes of, I want as many people who need support as possible to get the support that they need. I definitely stay within my scope, which is like mental health coaching and holistic wellness coaching. So if people need like intensive trauma processing, I'll refer you elsewhere. But if troubleshooting and problem solving and setting up systems in your life is like something that you need right now, services are super affordable. I can give people more information about that if they want that. But I did just like 50% and half take it away because these are unprecedented times that we're living through.
Yeah, it's tough. I have to say, I think one positive I'm noticing coming out of this is, I think it's this period with 2020 being, someone said, the year of anxiety. I agree. It's helping us talk more about mental health and put more resources out there and reduce the stigma, which is something I'm very passionate about as well. And I'm so happy to at least see that positive thing coming out of this all.
Yeah, 100%. I couldn't agree more. Yeah.
Is there anything you would like to ask our audience before heading off? And I'm so proud that you came on. So proud, especially despite any difficulties you're having. You stuck it out. So great job.
Thanks. Yeah, I was like holding my laptop trying to find the best reception. I think the one question I have for people is like, if there's one thing that you're struggling with right now, like what is that? What is that thing? Yeah, I'd love to collect that information.
So everyone put in the comments, what is the one thing that you are struggling with for Sarah, so she can know how to better help serve all of you and to know what are people dealing with? What can she help with? And again, follow her if you're interested in more resources. It's amazing. I haven't known her for too long, but she's one of our earliest supporters of the Win Journal. I remember you posted her website as a story, and I was shocked in the best way possible. So thank you again for that too. And thank you for coming on today.
I think it's super important, and congrats on your app.
Thank you. It was a lot of work.
I bet.
a lot of work.
Yeah.
So everyone, thank you, Sarah. And everyone put in the comments something you loved about her talk or a question you have, something that she can go through and just see what you guys thought. Give her a boost of positivity. She deserves it. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you.
Whew. Yeah, I've been feeling a lot more anxiety lately, for sure. It's something I've always struggled with, but it's hard. It's very hard when the world's so uncertain and you can't even plan and you can't do your normal routines. It's something we need more of, more help. There's a lot of people who could use support. And Sarah is a great resource. Absolutely. So who are we going to bring in next? I think we are going to bring in someone who actually helped me put this event together. Someone very, very special who I've known for over 20 years. Dun, da, da, da. Stephanie Ganea. Welcome to Punch Fear in the Face Live. Are you sick of talking about this event yet?
No, but it's a different story when you have to be the one on video. But yes, I'm happy to be here. Oh, can you hear me?
Feeling? Are you nervous still? You said you were really, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, I'm not as nervous listening to all you folks. Yeah, I did help co-create this event. I'm super passionate about it. It's just so easy to put together because it's just so relatable. And yeah, I mean, I'm pushing myself out of my comfort zone. That's why I asked her to put me in the middle, and that's why I didn't want to come on yet. So thank you for everyone that presented before me. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's not even the middle. Yeah. We're almost at the end now. You're one of the last people. This is exciting.
Ooh, pressure's on, pressure's on. Okay, well, let's get into it. So I guess I'll start off by saying that I have a background in design and in writing. And so I have a question for the audience. How many of you are parents or aunts and uncles?
How many of you are parents or have children in your life that you know of?
Mm-hmm.
Put that in the comments. We want to know who is a parent. Oh, this is very sweet.
Oh gosh, you're so
Your
cute.
mother is cheering you on. So beautiful.
So sweet. You're making me blush, guys. That's why I get really rosy too. So that's why I have the door open, because I've just been like nervous and hot all day thinking about going live. But yes,
definitely have an aunt here. Leanne's an aunt.
Yes, Leanne. Yes. Okay. So my point is, we have in some way we have kids in our lives, and think about the kids that are in your life. How much time do they spend outdoors? How much time when you visit them or spend time with them, how much time are they glued to a screen? And I mean, no judgment. I totally get it. I'm not a parent, so I'm not there yet. I don't understand fully, but it's just so easy to pass technology on. And I'm just finding kids are spending less and less time outdoors. And there is a real phenomenon that I've come across in my research called nature deficit disorder. So this is really affecting how kids are developing and how their awareness to their environment. So this is what inspired my project, Seekers Club. So this was a graduate thesis project. That's how it began. I was curious about plants. I had a few projects I was working on that were related to foraging specifically, and my curiosity around that topic. And my last year in university, I actually had a project that was completely different that my teachers advised me to go forth with. And I just wasn't feeling it. So that whole idea of like really just trusting your gut and like, you know, like Catherine was saying, if you don't do something, you're going to always regret it. I just feel like I've been sitting on this idea for far too long. And the thing is, I actually have a prototype. So like, what am I waiting for? So thank you, Alyssa, for encouraging me to share this project. Super big passion project. So what Seekers Club is I like to think of it as like a curious companion. So it's a guide and resource and inspirational tool aimed at kids and their parents, because I feel like it's a co-learning situation. And when you spend time with kids, as you know, they rub off on you. They have this curiosity that's so important and that we lose as we get older. So we need to also get that back as adults. And so basically, my own curiosity and also just kind of taking awareness of the environment and what was going on, I thought, you know what? I really want to foster a generation of nature stewards, because I think it's so key that, like, you know, with these topics that we're discussing today about sustainability, environmental degradation, like it's the future generation that holds the power to make these changes. So yes, you know, the boomers might have contributed to a lot of our current situation, but it's in our hands and our responsibility to step up. So this companion is, I'll show you what I've got so far. It's just like my little prototype. I got some promotional material in there right now. So it's small, it's portable. That was kind of the point, because it was meant to be taken everywhere a kid goes and explores. So, I mean, you know, you're going to the park, you're going for a walk, going for a hike. It's just small enough to put in your backpack, take a pen with you. And it's just like supposed to be a touch point to learning about foraging and plants. I have a question for you guys as well. How many of you guys are familiar with foraging or have ever foraged and eaten something you found?
Ooh, put in the comments if you're familiar with foraging. I'll answer. Actually, I'll bring myself back on.
Yes. Good.
I'm not very familiar with it at all. I would not know how to identify plants. I hear you talk about it and I think it's really cool, but it's one of those things where I wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like that. Oh, Eric's foraged for mushrooms. I like to think that I've taught a lot of people about foraging because I'm just so passionate about it. And if you know me and you've ever gotten on a walk with me, it takes a really long time to get anywhere and you're never going to go hungry. As Kristen told me, she's like, if I was stranded on an island, I would take you. So that's a big compliment. Thank you. And that proves that what I'm working on is good.
Janie's hilarious. She can barely get to a grocery store to purchase food. So she definitely doesn't know anything about foraging then.
Thank you for your honesty, Janie. That makes me laugh. I love that. So yeah, basically with my time constraints, I've only developed it so far, but I've really thought it out and I really see it as a nice system that works well with a website, with other materials. And I just see it as like not having ceilings. And the nice thing about this is the accessibility level. I'm not trying to sell a product that's like out of reach, that's super expensive. It's just the idea of like giving people a little bit of education and confidence. And then it's a skill that once you know, you have for life. My upbringing inspired this project heavily. Thank you to my parents who are probably watching. Yes, they are watching. I grew up going camping, fishing, hiking, climbing things when my mom was not looking. Thanks, Dad, for letting me do that. And anyways, and then a memory that sticks out in my mind and that I laugh about today still is my dad just like picking shit off the tree and eating it. And my mom be like, why are you eating that? Like, that's poisonous. How do you know? And same thing. I was like, it doesn't make sense. Like, how do you know? But now I know how he knows. It's just like become this intuitive knowledge that I've been kind of raised around subconsciously and become really passionate about. Talking about Eastern European backgrounds, because I think I mentioned that at the beginning when our first speaker was chatting, I did have an Eastern European upbringing. So it also is influenced by the values I grew up with. Not wasting things, using everything to the best of its abilities, my family, I grew up with a grandma that really gardened and that was a passion. So I just love the idea of just self-sufficiency, environmentalism, mindfulness, because we're talking about anxiety as well. So if kids are using technology to the degree they are, don't you think that they're going to be raised with a lot more anxiety than perhaps you and I had? I think so. So
that's
this
a
is just
scary thought. Because I already have a lot of anxiety and I was not exposed to technology as much.
Exactly. So you can only imagine. So I'll just show you a quick, because I'm sure you're wondering, just a quick little spread to give you an idea of sort of the vision that I had for this. Very rough, like this is just a prototype. Being a designer, I'm obviously super hard on myself. I can 100% identify with just not starting something because you just don't know where to start. But yeah, here we go. So I'll use pineapple weed, if you've ever heard of it, as an example. So this is a very common plant. If you go outside, I challenge you, even if you like walk a block from where you are right now, you will find this plant. And if you don't know it already, I mean, here it is. You've probably seen it. Thank you to my mom, actually, for introducing me to this. I think it was one of the earliest plants I learned about. So the name comes from the fact that when you crush the buds, it really smells like pineapple. It's in the chamomile family, which is really cool. It's an insect repellent. Did you know that? I learned that when I was doing research. Yeah. Anyway, so just like a little bit of information about the plant, history, besides poisonous lookalikes, very important. Where to find it, edible parts, what does it taste like, when to harvest. Then you have more information on how to harvest and prepare. And then now the fun bit. What do you do with the plant that you've found? So an actual fun application and a really collaborative experience for both a child and their parent or guardian or sibling recipe. So just fun little illustrations here, detailing that you can make cookies from weeds. How did you know that?
I mean, you can
funny.
definitely make cookies from a certain kind of weed. I knew that.
Yeah, like dandelions. You can make cookies with dandelion greens, dandelion buds. So you can make salads with dandelion greens. Yeah, I could go on and on. But basically what I wanted to do was choose a set of really accessible plants. So I'm not talking about, you don't have to go into the mountains to find these things. They're very available, and that's the point. That's the touch point, because that's where I learned. That's how I learned. And now I'm like going up into God knows where in the mountains with my boyfriend, foraging for amazing plants. And I will state that it is not always about collecting plants and harvesting and having to take. So I'm really thoughtful and mindful when I do this and when I teach people about it. Sometimes it's just the action of identifying. It's just going out there and being like, wow, I know what this is. I know what it's used for, is empowering. And like a project before this one was my first one was actually intended for adults. So it was more of a focus on, self-care products, very photography heavy, almost like a coffee table book, if you will. So yeah.
Can I pause you for some questions that the audience has?
Please. Yeah, I see a lot of things and I obviously can't focus on them.
Jamie wants to know, what's your favorite foraging find in Western Canada? She knows that fiddleheads are big in the East Coast where she did her undergrad, but she knows nothing about the West Coast and she just moved out to Alberta. So I think she's eager to learn.
Well, okay. One of my favorite ones I actually was going to bring up later, but you know what, maybe I'll bring it up now. This seems like a good time to talk about this. So I'm not going to tell you what it is, Janie. I'm sorry. I'll tell you another backup favorite, but I want you to actually tell me if you know what this plant is. So I went camping this weekend, and this is one of my favorite plants. This is the third time I've really come across an abundant source of it. And I want to see if you have any idea what this is. So this is just like a hint. This is a shrub. So this is like a spiky shrub. And I don't know if you can see this properly. These are berries. This is so funny to know your sides. These are various stages of the berries. So we've got like the green bit, we've got this, and then these are kind of smaller dried versions. Any idea what that is? For whoever figures it out, I'm going to go through them. I actually want to give you something as well. So in addition to the WIN journals that are going to be given out, I would like to send you a special package. So yeah, have a guess. And to answer your question, Janie, I would say yarrow. If you're familiar with yarrow, it grows everywhere. There's actually, fun fact, I just learned this. There's a town called Yarrow in Chilliwack, BC. Rachel, you got it right.
Looks like we have a winner already.
Rachel.
I had no idea that's what that was. That's interesting.
Yeah. If I would have said that adults really enjoy it, maybe that would have given it away. But yes, that is juniper. So juniper.
Eric also had a question for you. Is there a community aspect to this club, the Seekers Club?
Yes. You can't call something a club without there being a community aspect. Am I right? So yes, there will be a website. And then the idea is I have sort of these trading cards that I've designed. Has anyone grown up with trading cards? You know, or Pokemon?
I have Pokemon cards.
Does that ring a bell? Yeah, exactly. So So that was my kind of way to sort of engage and guerrilla market this. And I had an idea for them to be traceable. So I would purposely and intentionally plant them in communities where these things grow and invite kids and their parents to discover them, learn about them, and connect them to a website and a community. I can see this kind of working as like scouts, like almost like a badge influence of like, this is my, you know, first foraging find. This is my first meal with a foraged ingredient, like, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah.
So people want to know, when is this book out? You've gotten a lot of interest. People like the sound of it.
Whoa,
When is this book coming out?
Yeah, I just saw a comment. Yarrow glows in the dark at night. Yes, it does. And I discovered that
I
this
didn't know
weekend.
that. Is that true?
The flowers do. Yeah, they absolutely do. It is crazy. Ask Kristen. She knows. She was with me. And Aaron, if he's in the audience. When is this book out? Well,
this is so amazing. Yeah, we need to hear, when is it out and where can we buy it?
Well, I'm still iterating, but I'm going to give myself.
Come on, you have the prototype. You showed us.
Let's just say a month, a couple months. You know, give me a little bit of time to make it the best I can for now. For now, it's never going to be done, but yeah. So anyways, on that note, if you guys are curious, I have designed a type form, easy to fill out. If you are interested in the topic, if you, everyone knows a kid, right? Or has a kid. I would love to even kind of explore maybe sending you a prototype kit. So a kit where you can like try out a version of it and give me some important feedback so I can really beef it up and make it greater.
So we have people in the audience saying you need to set a date. You need to set a date. You need to make this real. We have agreement. We have at least 2 people. We also have someone who's ready to buy volume 1.1.
Ooh, Alex, thank you.
Say a date. Commit to it.
Okay. Let's say September 1st.
Come on, really?
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I'll help you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll launch sooner than that. Alyssa is a freaking instigator. If you know her, she is an instigator. She is an inspiring woman. And she's actually the reason that I even kind of revisited this idea, because with her Win Journal launch, she really inspired me. She said, Steph, you have a physical something, like it's made. It's not even an idea only, you know, there's potential. So thank you for pushing me. And yeah, I agree. I could push myself a little bit more too. Yeah. Any questions about plants or anything else other than pressuring me to release it?
Honestly, the pressure is the most important thing. It's one of those things that I went through this with the Win Journal. You want it to be perfect. And especially when you're going to sell it, you feel like it should be perfect. And you think, oh, my reputation, and I don't want to disappoint people, but you need to get it out there. You're doing people a disservice by keeping it hidden. Think of all the kids who could be becoming stewards of the earth, who could be learning about foraging, and the adults. Look we had a bunch of adults in the audience, including me, who don't know what foraging is. What an amazing activity to do with your kids. And there
will be an adult drop as well. There's another project in the works, so stay tuned for that as well as a follow-up.
Hey, one at a time here. You're not talking about that one until you get this one out.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so anyways, just fill out that form for me if you could. Give me some feedback. I'd still like to collect some more information. Having a design background and like mentors that I've talked to, I'm definitely into the design research methods, and I definitely understand the value of user feedback. So everyone I've told about this has been stoked. Yeah, it's always a little harder to get stoked on it just as much, you know, being the creator of it, but I believe I have something really important here, and I'm passionate about it, if you didn't already notice. So
your mother, we're going to help you. Me and your mother, Judith, are going to help you. This is going to be out before September, ready for the kids to be back in school. Maybe even have
Yeah.
partnerships with some schools by then. Who even
Well,
knows?
so that was an idea, is to go into the educational institutions as well, because I know in BC, I don't know about other provinces, I can't speak to that, or cities, states, but in British Columbia, we have a very, very great program where it's like there's gardening is super involved in curriculums for kids, growing their own food, that kind of stuff. So I can definitely see a market for this in that space. For sure.
People are saying
Absolutely.
September is for seekers. Yes, we're going to bring you back on. I'm going to do a live with you September 1st. I'm so serious about this. And
that's
you
a great
better have launched
catchphrase.
this.
I like it. I love it.
You better have launched this. We're going to bring you back September.
Okay.
And we want to hear all about how you did it, and you can inspire others to do their project.
Deal. And thank
also,
you to,
One sec, for people who are asking, they want the link to give you feedback and to sign up. Eric just dropped it in the comments for you guys. Look for Eric Goldring. He just put the link there for you guys. He is a complete gem. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Eric. You're the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, I will end on one note that really stuck out to me from Amanda's presentation. She said, you know, there is this sort of stigma of like, okay, I don't want to talk about my idea. I want to protect it. I don't want anyone to steal it. And that was a very real thought for myself. I didn't even participate in my graduate show because I just wasn't ready. Something just didn't feel right about it. And, you know, everything happens at the right time, I truly believe. But she did say, if you don't talk about it, it's not real. And I remember, like it was yesterday, us three, you, me, and her, and Amanda, were sitting on the floor in the climbing gym, and she was talking about her business and inspiring me with her green interiors business. Because obviously we're very, very similar in that sense. Look at my plants. Get my head out of the way there. So yeah, and I really just didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say what the name was. I didn't want to say my idea. And she's like, just say it. And she really pushed me. And I'm really happy she did, because ever since she did, I've been telling more and more people about it, getting comfortable with talking about it. And like, unless you speak it, it really is just in your head, and it's not, it will never become a reality. It will just always stay there, you know? So.
It's so true. Amanda, that was a really good point. And another thing I just want to say, because I went through the same thing with the Wind Journal, worrying that by talking about it, you'll lose that idea. Someone will steal it. Ideas are worthless. Ideas until you take action are worthless. I bet you could have the best idea ever. You could shout it to the world, go on live to everyone in the planet, and still people won't take action on it. You're so scared to lose the idea. But if you haven't launched it yet, what makes you think someone who just heard of it is going to launch it before you?
And you
doesn't
always
have that same passion.
And you always remind me too. It's like, think about how pissed off you would be if someone got to it and actually did it before you did. Man, I'd be so angry. I would be like, okay, I quit. I quit.
I tell you that all the time, and it's true. I think it's something for everyone to remind yourself of. Let how angry you would be if someone steals that idea motivate you to make it a reality. I remember when we were getting close to launching the Wind Journal, I would be laying in bed at night being like, please don't die tonight because I need to launch this. And it sounds so dramatic and silly, but it's so important. If you have that thing you're passionate about, that idea, whether it's Seekers Club, whether it's a book to help other athletes and their parents navigate that weird time, whatever it is, you need to get it out in the world. And when you do, you will feel complete. Like I don't want to die yet. There's still so much I want to do with the Wind Journal and the positivity I want to spread, but you will be so, so proud of yourself.
Who said pitch video? It just says Facebook user. Can you comment who you are? Do you know who that is?
Pitch video? Please comment your name. We can't see who you are in the studio.
Because that is a great point. That is something, now that I've presented this a bit more, I definitely need to work on that, because I think that's so key. That will help a lot. So
I need to call this out. Janie Vu said something so true. Even if someone takes your idea, it doesn't mean they'll do a better job.
Yeah. Oh, Kristen Lee. Yes. Yeah, Kristen.
Thank you, Janie, as well.
Yeah. And yeah,
Janie
so true.
And Janie are fast.
So true. I think I was talking about this with Leanne, actually, if you're still watching Leanne. She has a lot of experience in the publishing world. And she said that, you know, books title too can't, in Canada, it actually can't be, what's the word, copyrighted or whatever. It's basically based on creative expression. So it has to do with the content of the book. I think that was my understanding of it, if I understood that right. Right, Leanne? So that was a good point. Mm-hmm. Hello, thanks, Leanne. We had a really good chat yesterday. She's awesome. She is a published author, multiple books in her reservoir. No, not reservoir. can't even think anymore. But yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm so happy you came on here, and I also want to thank you for all of the help. Stephanie's been putting in a lot of work behind the scenes, creating graphics, writing copy. She's also skilled at that. So if you need help, check out her Instagram. She can help with that stuff as well. She is not just a book writer. But I want to say, is there any question you want to ask the audience? Anything that would be helpful to get this out in the world, to anything before you leave?
Oh man, I don't know. I guess what is the, if you had to think about it, what is the thing holding you back from that world of exploring or delving into the world of plants and nature? Because a lot of people just, it's not in their realm, like that's fine. But what is it, do you think, that would be holding you back? Like, what is your fear about it? And how can I help make you more comfortable with it?
It's a good question. It's a hard one, though. I'm trying to think what I would answer. I think for me, it's just not even knowing where to go to learn.
Hang out with me.
And that fear, like some plants are poisonous. The poisonous lookalikes. Our next speaker, Alex, said, like, that's such a key part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, that's why, like, feedback, the more feedback, the better. So if you want to drop any comments, even if you don't want to share them here, into that form, that would be much appreciated. And yeah, it just depends on who too. I have obviously multiple audiences. So this is like directed at a younger audience. So my language towards explaining a really complicated topic is challenging for me, right? Like, how do I not dumb it down, but how do I like explain it to them in a language that's easy to understand and fun? And then also, so if anyone has any teaching or educational backgrounds, that is a really big thing for me. Like, that would be a resource. And then also, yeah, I have an adult audience too. So that's kind of fun, appealing to different audiences.
You have multiple people who are just allergic to a lot of plants. That's their barrier.
Okay, very interesting. Good to know, because I like making things with plants, I find, as well. So that's a hot tip for the future as well for me.
It also sounds like you might never need an adult version. Alex Yang is saying, I feel like the child's version would be best for me. Basic. I agree.
Thanks for that.
I'm scared of opening a foraging book and just being like, whoa, this is too much. I don't understand.
Yeah, unless you're well-versed in Latin and scientific terms, it can be quite, intimidating, daunting. Yes, Janie.
You have a bunch of people reaching out now. Janie is an instructional designer. She's happy to help.
Yeah. Mel's an artist.
Yeah.
My sister and Mel, I've also actually, thought of collaborating with for illustration. So I've already thought of you guys. So let's talk.
Actually sounds like your adult version is an alcohol version. That's what we're getting from Mindy. It
was. Kind of. It kind of was. I like where your head's at, Mindy. Next time I'll have a foraged cocktail in my hand. I did make a syrup out of something I foraged, and I made a cocktail. I was actually working at a distillery at the time too. So I have a bartending background. So, I think they go hand in hand, those two worlds, for sure. Oh, yeah.
And just one more tip before we go off. Catherine said, reach out even to nonprofits involved in nature. Good tip.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
September, we're having you back. You might just be the only person on the show. We're going to do a check-in with you. And if this is not out for sale, we're all going to be super disappointed. Pressure is on.
Okay, pressure me. I need pressure. Pressure makes diamonds. I work well under pressure, I say.
All right, so you can go follow Stephanie.
Thank you,
You can
guys.
fill out her
Thanks a lot.
survey if you're interested. Eric posted it in the comments. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Now we are going to have our last speaker, Alex Yang. Are you ready, Alex? Alex is ready. Amazing. Let's bring her in. Hello, Alex.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. I honestly can't believe it's been over an hour and a half.
I know, it's been so long.
Flying by. You've been here the whole time too. Thank you. That's a win. Huge win.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. It was, super positive. It was really good, like getting the ideas and the energy flowing for like me and everyone and you and just the community in general. So it's really cool.
I find anytime you get people talking about their ideas, it just motivates everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah.
And you
like
see who in the audience can help you out. Yeah.
Jotting ideas and things down. So
Amazing. So I'm super excited. I kind of know a little bit about your idea, a little bit of a teaser, but not much. So take it away. Let's hear about your business idea.
Okay, so Alex Jang, Sacramento, California. I originally started my journey, everything, about in 2012. I was about 35 pounds, very unhealthy, realizing I'm not, taking good care of myself. I'm in college. Drinking tons of Pepsi every night, just like not taking care of myself, and I could feel that. And I started going to the gym and started eating a little bit better and realizing it's helping me with my studies. It's helping me just feel and look better in general. I'm operating with my family, just like we're getting along a little bit better. The emotions are kind of just coming down. So the hormones are coming back into place. And I learned just how much food plays a huge role in everyone's like well-being. And it's very difficult to get that in a very accessible kind of way, or learning like different ways that you can come across healthy and fresh foods when there's so much like marketing of like produced foods, factory made foods that are healthy for you. So over the years of just like food and wanting to feed people and wanting to encourage people to eat healthier and delicious foods, I came across my love for microgreens. And microgreens are the baby version of any mature green plant that you might see in the grocery store or on a farm. They're grown in, compact spaces. So they can be about 6 times more nutritious than the mature version of the food that you eat. So I thought that I would go about encouraging people to eat healthier and, eat brighter and just yummier foods through microgreens. And I'm able to do that in my local area here in Sacramento. The advantage is that big agro producers aren't really able to access this market because microgreens have a very short life or shelf stability, so they don't last that well. So it's encouraging local eating and local farming and anything to eat that is close to home is obviously going to help nurture your body, the bacteria and the microbes and everything like that. Just really giving your gut just the environment that it needs to keep you healthy and keep you going and happy with your family or whatever activities that it is that you want to do.
Amazing. There's so many people who are into this. There's some people growing them at home already. Some people saying, ooh, microgreens, the beet version is hard to come by. That's good, actually. Tip for you.
Yeah.
Maybe. So where are you at with this idea?
So so it's a slow but sure kind of thing that's going on. I've been trying not to be so hard on myself because I am working full time also, and more than full time for my job. So I'm hoping that eventually, as things go, it'll become something a little bit more streamlined and it won't take as much effort. And then maybe eventually we'll take over this as my main source of income. But I got my growing place set up, and I have a few of my trays going right now. So they just went under the light this morning or last night, late, early and late, that AM, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. kind of area.
So exciting.
Yeah, so they're under the lights right now. So they've sprouted, they're a little yellow. Now they need to, get the photosynthesizing going and get a little bit stronger. And then I get to feed them to some family members and friends and obviously myself and my partner. Yeah, so
so
excited.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Someone just asked, can you be specific as to what microgreens are for those who might not know?
Yes, so microgreens, think of them as the baby version of a plant. So say if you're doing lettuce, and before it becomes the head of lettuce that you're used to in the grocery store, it starts off as a little sprout and then a little sproutling, and it starts growing some leaves, and it doesn't look like the adult version that we're used to, but it is jam-packed with nutrients, and they look like little leaves, almost like grass. Wheatgrass is a microgreen. So, but most of them will have like leaves or cute little colors and stuff like that. And you eat this, the stems are really soft. So you eat the stems and the leaves together. You can put them in your salads. So you would put them on a sandwich. You can even blend them in a smoothie. So there's just like endless ideas. And I'm also actually thinking of doing like different seasonings. So like dry them in salts or, different spice mixes. So just trying to get that fresh nutrients out there to people and make it accessible, because some people, they don't know what microgreens are, and they don't know what, kind of things that they can do to eat and make healthy meals out of. And microgreens you can kind of just throw on top of whatever it is you're eating and call it good.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I last year was at a plant show where someone had them and was giving them out freely. And it was one of the first times I think I tried them, and they're actually really good. And I was so surprised to hear too from you, like 6 times more, up to 6 times more nutritious.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, right? So you're eating the baby version that would eventually become a very big, mature version, right? But you're eating not just one little thing, you're eating about maybe 100, 200, 300 of them all in one sitting, because it's, they're so tiny. You just put them in your mouth, and it's just a very quick and easy way to get them. Also less calories, I guess, but yeah.
Someone else has a question. I'd love to know the answer. Can you juice other microgreens other than wheatgrass?
That is a great question. I don't know that one. I know for sure you can juice wheatgrass. I wouldn't put it against anyone to actually juice any other microgreens. I think you can. I just feel like with wheatgrass, the reason why people juice it is because it's so fibrous and very difficult to get access the nutritious value to it. So you can't just eat it. It's kind of like tough, and you got to chew like a cow to get it. So I think that's why they juice it. The other ones that are so soft, you can add to your juices, but you don't need to.
Interesting.
So like a spicy one, if you wanted like a spicy kick, you can just juice some radishes and put that in there.
How long does it take to grow the microgreens?
So it depends on the variety, but the ones that I concentrate on are the ones that grow from 8 to 10 days. 8 to 10 days, which is a fast turnaround. So I put in soil and germinate the seeds in darkness for a bit, put a little bit of weight on them, and then I put them under lights, and about my first round will be done by this weekend.
Amazing. That's so exciting. Like so rewarding to get that quick turnaround too.
I know. And it's just like you look at them and you pet them a little bit and you're just like, oh, my baby.
Yes. I for the first time started growing plants from seeds. It might have been 10 years ago almost now, which is really crazy to think about. I haven't done it in a while, but you see it sprout out and you're just so excited, and you see it grow, and they're your little plant babies.
Right? Yeah.
And then to get to eat them, it's even more special.
Well, right.
It's such a cool business.
Yeah. And actually, now that you said that, my intention also is I'm doing them in little 5x5 trays. So everyone who purchases a tray would basically take it home live. I'm not cutting it for them. So they're going to take it, they can nurture it, and it'll last longer for them. I don't want it to go bad on them and then they have to, purchase more or they throw it away, because I've done that a lot at farmers markets where I'm like, oh yeah, I want to buy that, and then it dies the next day on me.
Yeah, that's super smart. I actually think that's a really good selling feature.
Yeah.
We have a lot of questions. People are really interested in this. How long do they stay fresh for? And what is the best way to store your microgreens?
So the best way to store them when they're cut is in the refrigerator. And then what I recommend is if you're doing it in the plastic bag or a plastic container, always put like a paper towel in there so it can soak up the condensation. I would say if they're cut, they last in your fridge I would say you start seeing them wilt about 5 days. So you don't have too much of a window to consume your microgreens before they start going bad on you.
Amazing. You have another one. Are you teaching people to grow them, or are you offering where to buy, considering you live in Sacramento? Or are you going to grow them to ship or offer seedlings to ship? Sorry for a bunch of questions at once. I'm just super intrigued.
Love all these questions. I actually saw that in a dream. So I may be teaching people how to grow the microgreens at some point. Yeah.
At the end, I would love to learn.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be shipping seedlings. I don't know how to do that. And I'm kind of afraid of, like, say mold starts growing and I don't want to be responsible for that. But I am for sure going to make myself available online to the local community for either pickup or drop off trays. And I'm thinking about our local farmers market, but I'm not exactly sure yet, just because I have to see the growing process and how fast I can turn around actual product.
People are saying this sounds like it should be an online course. I would learn. If anyone wants to learn, please message Alex. Her Instagram handle's right there. Let's spur her on to make this online course. I want to learn how to grow microgreens up in our house in Canada. But it's so inspiring, and your story of getting healthy, like, you can see where the passion is.
Right.
Like, that's huge. Such a win. I want to say congrats, like, to turn your life around and be vulnerable about it and tell us, and to get healthy is the biggest win. It's huge. So great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
People are saying they purchase kits as well. Like, you're getting actually all these interesting ideas. Put together kits within the niche.
Wow. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you. That's amazing.
Yeah. So once again, if you are interested in this, kits, courses, whatever, please message Alex. Let's spur her on. I am really excited to hear what happens with this. We met through another live stream.
We did.
And I feel like it's really cool to now have you here and to hear what this business was. This was 3 or 4 weeks ago, and you were just talking about wanting to launch this. So to now hear that you're actually growing them and they'll be ready within a week, and you have paying customers, right? Friends and family.
Friends and family. And then I got my dad to commit to, investing a little bit of money to help me with supplies and stuff like that.
Amazing. Good job.
Dad.
That's great. And that's where you start, with the people you know. And then it grows from there, and you put yourself out here like this and you get more ideas, and you never know where it'll take you.
Yeah, that was amazing. You guys are great. Thank you so much. Thank
you. We've learned so much. Like, I'm learning just from this. This is the most fun part of it for me. You're getting a lot of woohoos.
Woo!
You're getting dollar signs. Eric's ready to send you some money for these greens.
I'll have to come
thank
and
you.
send you guys some microgreens and check out your guys' van and go rock climbing with everyone.
Yeah. I mean, once the border's back open, although we don't know when that's going to be, we'll be van touring. So I'm going to remember this. If we're ever around in California, we'll maybe bring the van to you.
Big time. Do it. For sure.
We'll have to come in the winter to get away from our cold weather.
Good luck. Or if you want to, blistering heat in the Sacramento, we're at 100 degrees right now average. So
I'll take that over cold. Well, this is awesome. Thank you for coming on here and facing your fear, going live, talking about your business, making it real. let's go back to what Amanda said again. When you talk about it, it becomes real.
Yeah.
And I think we all cannot wait to see what you do with this.
Thank you.
Once again, if you're interested in the microgreens in any form, kits, learning, you want to know more, reach out to Alex. Maybe we can get her to do an online course one day. We can all learn how to grow our own nutritious microgreens. Thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you so much, Alyssa. And good luck with everything.
Thank you. So you're the last person.
Okay.
I'm going to get you to help me pick another giveaway winner.
Okay.
So the win journal for them and their friend. We'll have to ask them a question. So the people who have stuck around for 2 hours, first of all, thank you. That is a massive win. I can't believe you would stay with us for so long. Absolutely fantastic. And everyone has been so engaged. We love it so much. Do you have a question you want to ask them?
Oh,
Put you on the spot again.
Put me on the spot. Yes.
Could be anything. It doesn't even have to be related to your business.
The first thing that came up is like, what's your favorite dance move?
Favorite dance move? That is out of left field. I love it.
Right?
Great job, Alex.
Yeah.
Favorite dance move? That's a good one. I want to see what people say. This is going to be interesting. Jazz hands. We have one for jazz hands. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Moonwalk. Eric wants to do the moonwalk. That's a cool one. Electric slide.
I love these.
We're also getting a lot of support that everyone is really happy with this event. So thank you so much. My favorite dance move is called On Cloud 9, a dance hall move. Ooh, I don't know what that is. We should have gotten Danielle to show us when she was on.
Yeah.
The Elaine. Oh, Seinfeld? Took me a second there. How do you guys know so many? I'm asking this too. The first one that came for me was Moonwalk. I do not know all these. I'm going to be YouTubing now after this to learn all these dance moves. We'll give one more second. If you want a chance to win the win journal for you and a friend, comment a dance move. We won't even know if it's a made up one. So just throw a dance move in the comment. Someone's learning to dance during their sabbatical as part of their exploring. Danielle, that is so cool. The robot, yes. Who should we pick? This is hard. This is why I'm having you do it.
Right, thanks. I'm actually gonna go with the Elaine because that's really funny.
I think that's a good choice. Rachel, you have won the win journal for you and a friend.
Yay.
Get in touch with me. You can just find me looking up the win journal. Tell me which covers you want and I will get them sent out. Thank you so much, Alex, for picking the winner. I put you on the spot like that. You did great. We're getting more now. The twist, lambada. Wow. People know more dance moves than me. I'm learning. This is great.
I was waiting for a sprinkler, shopping cart.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot. This is so much fun. I love that you've injected this fun into our live right at the end. Thank you so much, Alex.
You're welcome.
Thank you for coming on. Everyone, put in the comments something you loved about Alex's talk, her idea, and an idea for her, whatever it is. Please give her some love and support in the comments. She's done a fantastic job. Thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
Bye. Whoa. We're over 2 hours. I can't believe it. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for participating. I'm not going to lie. I was probably as nervous as the guests for this. Although I am hosting it, this is only my third live. So there you go. But I'm trying very hard when I have an idea to take action, and this is what it's all about. If you have an idea, talk about it. Make it real. Start taking those steps to make it a reality. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you for joining us. I would love to know, was this useful? Let me know in the comments. What was your favorite part of it? If you have any ideas how we could make this even better next time, I want to do this again. I love getting to hear people's ideas, to promote them, to help get people motivated to do that project that they are so passionate about. Launching the Win Journal has been so rewarding for me and facing my fears. So I want to help you guys do the same. Even put, if you liked this event, if you would show up again, if you would like to be a speaker, throw it in the comments. I want to know. Thank you for making me hungry. Alex did a great job with that. She made a lot of us hungry for microgreens. Oh, I appreciate all the love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you want to know about future events, please follow us at the Win Journal. I'll actually enter it here in case you're not already a follower. At the Win Journal, if we ever have another event like this, which we will, I'm committed to going live, to getting over my fears as well. Please join us. That'll be the place that it is announced. And thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for helping cheer on the fear fighters and making this such a positive space. I had so much fun and I cannot wait to see you guys again. Bye for now, but keep on winning. I love you guys.